DJI may not get it right on the first occasion, but the Osmo Pocket has just got another firmware update. This little camera continues to get better and better. Hi, I'm Ash from DroningON and I'm coming to you today from a rather wet and windy Sweden. But the Osmo Pocket just received yesterday another firmware update, and the continual evolution of this little camera is pretty impressive. Very few manufacturers put out as many firmware updates for a device as DJI have for this camera since the beginning of this year. So this latest firmware is version 01.07.00.20 and it comes with a number of enhancements. Notice I'm saying enhancements, not just bug fixes. That's the great thing about these firmware updates. They bring new features to this brilliant little pocket-sized camera. The first one in this list is increased focus speed and reduced focus pulsing, and that was the main topic of my last video regarding firmware updates for this camera, fixing the issue of focus pulsing, and hopefully you're not seeing any during this video because it's filmed entirely on the Pocket with this new firmware. Now this is another big one. In my original review of the Osmo Pocket, the biggest missing feature was Hyperlapse. Well, now the Osmo Pocket has it. You'll find it nested under the time-lapse menu in the main screen, and there is a note in the firmware to say that it's not currently usable from the app. It's only an on-device feature, but that Mimo will get updated in the future to allow you to use Hyperlapse with the mobile phone connected. But the purpose of the Pocket is not to walk around with it connected to your phone. I personally see that just as a way to review the footage back. Once you're in the hyperlapse mode, you can even use active track so that if you want to hyperlapse while walking around an obstacle or walking towards it, the camera will keep track of that as you're moving. That creates some really awesome effects. Just simply triple tap on that tiny little screen to select the object. Now that can be hard on that tiny screen, and therefore people will be excited for when it's supported by the app as well. So now with just the Osmo Pocket alone, you'll be able to capture hyperlapse footage whereby when you're moving around, the camera moves very, very slowly on its gimbal so that you get that brilliant hyperlapse effect. Over the coming weeks, I'll try and capture some hyperlapses with the Pocket and this new feature to see how successful it is. Unfortunately, the weather right now just isn't quite right. The final element of this new firmware update is the addition of a volume control when you're using an external microphone. Now that could be quite handy if you've got a microphone which needs a bit of a boost. And sometimes when you're using a lapel mic like I am here, the volume just needs a little bit of tweaking to save you that editing in post. The firmware is really quick and easy to update. You simply plug the Osmo Pocket into your phone and it does the rest. It takes a couple of minutes. So thumbs up to DJI for that. Keep these firmware updates coming. We really appreciate it. But I just still have my feature request, DJI. Let me be able to plug my Pocket into my PC and use it as a webcam, because I'd love to have face tracking so that when we're doing a live stream, not only do we get high quality video, but I'm also going to always be in the shot. Hopefully you've seen it already, but our review of the Osmo Action is also on our channel. We've had this since March. We've filmed a load of videos and reviews on this camera, testing its 4K features and more. So if you haven't seen them already, take a look at the links in the video description, and you can also buy this brand new camera now as well. It's worth saying again that the Osmo Action is a very different camera to the Pocket. For example, for a shot like this, I'm always going to be using my Pocket, but if I'm out and about, rough and ready, or doing something like scuba, paramotoring, or bicycling, I'm going to be using my Osmo Action. Regardless, they're both brilliant cameras. I'm really glad to have them both, very lucky as well. Comment below with your thoughts about both of these cameras and these firmware updates. Be sure to click a thumbs up and of course, click subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.